I'm a business guy. I come from the private sector, worked in industry for many, many years, basically 30 years. I come from California, and I come from Silicon Valley within California. So technology is what I really like and enjoy, and I was very lucky to have the opportunity to be in Silicon Valley during incredible growth phase of the last 30 years. I also grew up overseas and have traveled to a lot of countries. My father was a diplomat, and so we lived in a few other countries. And then I was a Peace Corps volunteer in Nepal after I finished college. So teaching is, for me, an incredible opportunity to pass on all the experience I have. I've made a lot of mistakes, I've had a lot of success, and this is my opportunity to share what I've learned, my philosophy, my worldview. I was invited recently to talk about what it means to be a global citizen, and that was really a lot of fun, to share this notion of someone who feels like they're a citizen of the entire world rather than just belonging to a single country. So one thing about me is I don't have a home in the United States anymore. I have a home in Italy, and when I'm not living here, I spend my time in Italy, and I feel very comfortable in this multinational, international world. So my biggest success was in Silicon Valley. I started volunteering to help create a new vision for Silicon Valley after the economic collapse in the early 1990s. And I led the creation of an NGO called Smart Valley. And Smart Valley was all about the internet. In this time, the internet was still a very, very new idea. And I helped create this initiative, which turned out to be incredibly successful, to help Silicon Valley understand the internet before anybody else knew what was going on. And we created a lot of jobs, we created a lot of companies, and it was just an amazing experience. We worked on this for 5 years, and then we said, okay, we've done our job, everybody knows what the internet is now, and we shut ourselves down. So it was a really terrific experience. Well, I've been here 8 years, actually. Yeah. So I came here, I did 4 years with the Peace Corps, and now 4 years here at AUCA. But the most memorable part of my stay here has been the visiting of the volunteers in the villages. So I went all over Narin and Talas and Isikul and Osh, Jalalabad, and I got to people's homes. I experienced Kyrgyz hospitality. I got to meet the cows and the horses and ride horses and see the volunteers and their host families in their homes and in their lifestyle. And that was the most important thing for me. I really enjoyed that. I have 2 recommendations. The first one, I was teaching a class on career development and career planning. And one of the key things I got from the book that we used was experiment, try things. So my advice to students is try different things when you're here as a student, try things when you graduate. Don't expect that your first job is going to be your final job or your career. Try other countries, try other languages, try other foods. But it's really, really important to always be experimenting and learning about yourself as well as learning about the world. And the second recommendation I have for students is to volunteer. I did a lot of my time in my career volunteering on the side, and that broadened me. I learned a lot. I learned about healthcare, I learned about movies, I learned about teaching. I taught in high school a little bit. I learned about psychology and behavior, and volunteering was really the cornerstone of much of my creativity and my excitement in my life. So I encourage everybody to volunteer. It's good for you and it's good for the world, and we need volunteers in the world.